Hey guys, this is Matt and Sarah from Amateur Filmies, and today we'll be taking you through our second Blu-ray haul. Now it's a little bit smaller than our last haul, just because we haven't been getting as many editions and we're still waiting on quite a few editions to arrive. But we have some pretty exciting editions to show, and yeah, we hope you enjoy.
Before we begin, we'd like to say thank you as well. As of recording this video, we're about to hit 100 subscribers. And we just wanted to say thank you very much to all the support from the community, and thank you to everyone who's taken the time to comment on our videos and watch them. And we really like talking with everyone else about movies and all that sort of stuff. And in particular, we wanted to say thank you to both Horror Fan-Man and Blu-ray Collector, who took the time out of their day to actually recommend our channel on their YouTube channel. And it really helped to get us some new subscribers and some new viewers. And yeah, we're just really thankful that they both did that. So we really appreciate that. Thank you.
And both Horror Fan-Man and Blu-ray Collector have fantastic channels. You need to check them out. They have been around for a while. And yeah, fantastic content. You need to check them out.
Yeah, we'll link their channels in the description box of our video.
Okay, let's get this party started.
Okay, so we got 2 DVDs to start off. So I'll give a little backstory on these 2 DVDs that we got. So back when I was in high school, at the end of high school, I was like 17 or 18, I was sort of getting into extreme cinema, I guess you could call it. I wanted to really sort of challenge myself and see all the gruesome stuff out there. I was an edgy teenager apparently, but these are 2 films that I'd always known about, but I never really had access to them. And just recently I found them for a really, really cheap price on eBay, because both of them usually go for quite a lot of money. So when I saw these, I'm like, now's my chance to finally watch them, so I may as well just grab them and see whether or not they're actually any good. So the first film I'll quickly show here is The Red Sin Tower. Now this is a film released in the mid-2000s by a production company called Toetag Pictures, who are known for some of their other films, which are a bit more gruesome in nature. I'm not really too experienced with the Toetag films. I haven't really seen many of their stuff. But this is one of their more well-known ones to my knowledge, and I look forward to checking that one out and seeing how good it is. And the second one here is actually a Hong Kong Category 3 film called The Untold Story, with starring Anthony Wong. Now I'm really, I did end up watching this one, and it was, as expected, it was quite gruesome, pretty mean-spirited film to be honest, but it was actually not too bad considering, the films in this category usually are not typically the most esteemed films, but I actually quite liked this one, even though it was a bit nasty. Yeah, I'm glad I finally watched it and could cross it off my list.
So this next one I actually got off my sister for my birthday, so thank you, Lou. Child's Play, the remake. Now, I really enjoyed this one. It's definitely nowhere near as good as the original, but it's really good in its own little way. And there's a really good scene towards the end that's actually quite freaky. I really thought that Luke Skywalker did a really good job on the voice acting. God, what's his name? Mark Hamill, that's it. He was very fantastic and creepy as Chucky. But yeah, overall, a little bit disappointing, but good movie in its own right.
Okay, so this next one's a blind buy for me. This is a Blu-ray double pack. It's got the films Day Watch and Night Watch. Now, admittedly, I don't actually know a lot about these films. The only reason I grabbed it was I was in JB Hi-Fi, and it was 2 movies for like $5 after the 20% off discount, and I thought, I may as well give them a try. It says on the back it's got, shapeshifters, witches, and vampires, so I think they're Russian. From memory, I think these films are Russian. I could be wrong, but yeah, really interested to watch it. But so freaking annoying that JB, once again, they've done this to me like 3 times. See that lock? They didn't unlock it, so I can't even open the damn Blu-ray and actually watch it. So I'm going to have to drive all the way back, get them to unlock it, so hopefully they don't think I've stolen it or something, but yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. I will watch it when I can actually open it, though.
So next up we have X-Men First Class, and Matt found this steelbook on eBay for a bargain price. I think it was like $12.
Yeah, somewhere around that, yeah.
Yeah, and the movie itself I really loved. It was probably one of my favourite X-Men movies. I mean, okay, no, Logan's my favourite. But this is really good. I'm not a big fan of the other newer X-Men's, like Apocalypse and Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past is more superior than this one. I'm just going to say that right now. But you have to rewatch it, I think.
I don't know. I don't think I like it just because James McAvoy has long hair in it, and I don't know if I dig that.
Cancel the whole film. Yeah. The whole film is garbage.
And then this next one, we don't usually double dip, but if it's a movie we really love or if it's a really good deal, we'll double dip.
Yeah.
So we got the other steelbook of It, the remake, and it's really good. It still has the... Sorry, I'm just...
Trying to get the J card off. Oh, that didn't sound good. That's all right. Who cares?
That's okay. J cards are bad anyway. We didn't want it. And it still has the little Georgie boat in the puddle. I sort of like that. I don't know. And this movie was an absolute 10 out of 10. Yeah. It was amazing. I can't say the same for the It Chapter 2.
No, that was pretty disappointing, unfortunately, for me. Yeah, I think I might save our thoughts for that on another one, because I could rant about that for quite a while, but yeah. So the next one I'm about to show is actually an upgrade. So the one that we already owned was the 25th anniversary version of Akira. Now, I've had this for a while, but unfortunately, the slip on this is very damaged. That's how it was when I bought it. And that doesn't really bother me. As we've said in previous videos, we like slip covers, we're not crazy about them, but I found this new edition, which is the 30th anniversary, so it's a newer edition. It's a steelbook, and we got it for such a great price off eBay. This is Akira, the 30th anniversary, which looks amazing. I hope that's coming out well on camera. There's the front, and there's the back.
So that would have come out last year.
Possibly, yeah. This is a brilliant film. I really want you to watch this at some point. It's got elements of body horror, fantasy, action. It's just a really great film, and it came out in the late 80s, actually. It's just, yeah, so... just had such vision for the time. I don't know, it's a brilliant film. And given that this is an upgrade, what I've done is I've gotten the old Blu-ray, which originally came with a booklet inside. I've taken that out, so it's just those two discs inside, and I've added it inside here. Just to give it...
Tricky.
Yeah, just to give it a little more pizzazz, you know what I mean? Give it a little more flavour. I'll sell off this Blu-ray on eBay for a cheaper price to recoup some of the money that I spent on that. But as I said, I got that for like $17 posted, so yeah, can't really go wrong with that. I'm really happy to have that in my collection and put it next to the other Ghibli steelbooks, which leads me into the next one I'm going to be showing, which is another Ghibli steelbook. This is the first of 3 steelbooks that we got from Zavvi recently, and they're all really good prices. This is still sealed. This is the Red Turtle. Now, this is a blind buy for me. I haven't seen this one, but as I said, it's Studio Ghibli, so if I'm going to blind buy anything, it's going to be a film by them, and I've heard this is really good, a good film. I haven't really heard of the director. It's not a Miyazaki film. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but I'm really looking forward to watching this one. The animation style looks really interesting, and it's a shorter movie. I think it's only like 80 minutes, I believe. Yeah, so I'll probably watch that one tomorrow, and yeah, it'll be a quick watch. But I'm looking forward to seeing what else Studio Ghibli has put out that's not a Miyazaki film.
So next one from Zavvi is To Kill a Mockingbird, which is a classic. I haven't seen it, but I really love the steelbook. I know that it's supposed to be a classic, and I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I like the gold on it too. It reminds me of our Amadeus steelbook, which is shown in our steelbook collection video. Looks really nice, and I'm looking forward to rewatching this film because I have a negative view on it because I had to study it in English in high school. So I'm hoping I can watch it with fresh eyes and actually enjoy the film for what it is, rather than through the lens of an English exam. So.
So next up we have Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. So this is a 70s classic?
Yeah, late 70s, I think.
Late 70s classic. I was reading up on this, and it's a lot more interesting than I had to give it credit for, than I gave it credit for before. The backstory, the real life story behind this is absolutely wild, and I don't want to give anything away, but I cannot wait to watch it because it's actually it sounds quite pure.
It's an Al Pacino classic that I surprisingly haven't seen yet. I've always known about it, just I've never watched it. And I got reminded to watch this when I saw the characters in Mindhunter watching this, actually. I completely forgot that I should have been checking out this movie, but that one reminded me that it was something that I needed to watch. So glad we finally own it. And as I said, we got the 3 steelbooks we got from Zavvi. They were all like $13.99 each, so it was a really, really good price for all limited edition steelbooks.
Bargains.
They are bargains. Cool thing about this Blu-ray haul is that we actually have a decent amount of box sets to show. They're sort of piled up over the past month and a bit. We do have quite a few left on pre-order, but they won't be coming out for a little while. We've had a few delays and stuff, but we're happy to show off what we've got here. The first few will be coming from Second Sight, the first of which being Flight of the Navigator. Now, this is a blind buy for me, and I was saying to Sarah before, this feels like a film that I should have watched. It seems like the type of film that I would have liked growing up. Yeah, but I just never saw it growing up, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like, yeah, it seems like the type of film, like, based on the trailers and all that sort of stuff, it seems like the type of film that if I had it, I would have had it on repeat on VHS, just because of sort of the nature of the film, and, like, I don't know, it just seems like that type. This one and Princess Bride is another one that I know I would have frothed as a kid, but I just never had it, so...
Yeah, we were deprived of that.
Yeah, I don't want to make too many assumptions, because as I said, we haven't seen the film, but... I don't know, just based off the trailers, it does seem like that type of movie. But couldn't pass up this edition from Second Sight. They've been doing some really good releases lately, and as you will see coming up. But this one, it comes with the film, a poster, and a booklet, which is really good. It's like they're similar to the Arrow video box sets, but I'm really happy to have this one in the collection. I'm really happy to have this box set because it's probably one of my favourite comedies of all time. It's probably definitely top 10. This is Second Sight's release of In Bruges. The box set actually comes with the film, a booklet like with writings on the film, and the actual screenplay bound inside, which is really cool to be able to read that. But yeah, this is such a great film. I've watched this a number of times. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson are just they're such good actors, and I didn't realize their comedic range until I first watched this movie. Colin Farrell especially, he's such a funny actor.
Absolutely. And the thing I love about it is that it's actually written by an Irish playwright, Martin McDonagh, I believe. He's a really good playwright, and he like nails black comedy. If you have a look at his plays, they're hilarious. He also did 3 billboards and outside Ebbing, Missouri, and you could see that, like, even though it's quite a dark movie, you can see the humor, the dark humor built within it, and it's so beautiful, I think, and it plays out perfectly on screen, especially in Bruges. In Bruges, great film. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's one of the funnier ones I've seen. So the next 2 box sets we're going to show, also from Second Sight, they go well together. This is Asylum and The House That Dripped Blood. Now, a cool little thing with these 2 films, they're actually from, they were put out by a production company called Amicus Productions, which I'm only just sort of learning about now, but the reason I wanted to pick up these films is because they're horror anthologies, and I've been really wanting to expand our collection of horror anthologies, because it is a subgenre of horror that I've always liked. We have a few of them in our collection. And another horror anthologies that the Amicus has put out is From Beyond the Grave, and I think another one's called like Torture Garden. If I end up liking these, I'll definitely be looking into those because, as I said, we really like horror anthologies. What are some of your favourite horror anthologies that we have? I really like them.
This Creep Show, obviously.
Yeah, Creep Show. But I also I like the VHS. I'm a bit of a sucker for like the VHS because obviously they're a bit more modern. Yeah. But I didn't mind Body Bags. Yeah, with the one presented by John Carpenter. Yeah, that was really good actually. But yeah, we do have, we've been wanting, as I said, we've been wanting to get a few more in there. And I'll quickly read out the plots actually, just so you get an idea, because I like how they designed the movies to allow for the anthology nature to make sense. So, The House That Dripped Blood. A Scotland Yard detective investigates a mysterious mansion with a ghoulish history and a chilling fate for its occupants in these 4 tales of terror. And Asylum, the plot of Asylum is, when Dr. Martin arrives for a job interview at a secluded asylum for the incurable insane, he must prove himself by listening to the macabre tales of 4 inmates and deducing which is the former head of the facility who suffered a breakdown. Really cool, and Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, I believe, are in both of these, or at least in one of them. So this is our first ever Eureka box set. It's Cujo, based on the novel by Stephen King. And because we're both really big dog lovers, I think it might be a bit painful to sit through this movie. But we can't wait to watch it because I like the idea of it, that the dog is so menacing, and I think he's cornered like a mother and son, like a mother and child. Have you not seen it before? No, I haven't seen it before. Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen it before, yeah. Oh, okay. Is it as terrifying as I'm making it out to be? Oh, well, to be fair, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but it was pretty tense. I do remember the dog, like the sequence where they're stuck in the car and the dog, Cujo, sort of entrapped them in there. That was always pretty tense, but I also do remember it being kind of sad. Yeah, I'm glad to have it as well because I've been wanting to get more Stephen King adaptations on Blu-ray as well. So our first Arrow box set for this little mini haul is The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. We know this isn't supposed to be the greatest movie, but as soon as we saw that this was being released, obviously we knew we had to have it because it's such a cool edition as well.
Yeah, we couldn't pass it up. We love our Arrow Video box sets. We try to get all of them if we can. But yeah, it also, we needed to get it as well because we have the first one on Arrow Video as well. And Last House on the Left. You should tell them the fun fact about the film.
Oh, fun little fact about this film. It's the first film,
apparently,
to ever feature a dog having a flashback.
Yes, and as soon as I read that, I mean, not that I needed an excuse to pre-order, but that solidified it. I need just for film history purposes, because I want to archive the first instance of a dog having a flashback. So I feel like that's important to have in our collection. Look, we recognize that this film is actually considered to be very bad. But, we, as we've said in previous videos, we watch a lot of bad films and we always find something to enjoy in them.
Absolutely.
And it's funny, actually, I was reading that Wes Craven, he only agreed to do this film so he could secure funding for A Nightmare on Elm Street. So, smart move, even if the movie The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 isn't the greatest. I'm glad that we have it and we can finally watch it and cross it off our list. Okay, so the next Arrow Video box set that we have to show, I'm glad to have this one, is Jörg Buchreit's Schramm. So we have, if you watched our Arrow Video collection video, you can see that we actually have the two necromantic films by Jörg Buchheit and the Death King or Toetag King. So this is the most recent Jörg Buchheit box set that Arrow has put out. So I have all of them now. Interestingly enough, this film's only 65 minutes long. I did watch it when I got it because it's like watching an episode of TV. It's not really a big commitment to watch that one. Pretty gross movie. It's like a day in the life of a serial killer, I guess you could sum it up as. Yeah, pretty nasty, mean-spirited film. It was interesting to see some of the ideas he was playing around with when he was making the film, but definitely quite a niche type of movie. I couldn't really recommend this to many people. I think the people who would be into this would probably already know. If they know about the film, they're probably going to be into it anyway, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't recommend this to just to anyone, but there were parts of it that I thought were unique and interesting, but yeah, not one that I could rewatch all the time.
It's nice and it's different. It's unusual.
Yes, and it was cool as well for value-wise. It actually includes a lot of short films as well on it, like some of his earlier works. So I'll probably go through those as well at some point, which would be cool. So this is the last box that they're going to be showing for today, and it is the one that I was so excited for when I pre-ordered it. We are a bit late to the game. Living in Australia, it takes a long time for some of these things to come in the mail, but we are finally happy to own the Vengeance trilogy. Now, the Vengeance trilogy includes Old Boy, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, and Lady Vengeance, but this set also includes a 2016 documentary called Old Days. So stoked to have these. I used to have these films all individually on Blu-ray. I actually had the Steelbook for Old Boy, but when this was announced, I sold them all in anticipation for this. Just because once again, it's Arrow Video, so we're going to have it regardless, but this edition is just so extensive, and the packaging is really unique. We should be showing it on screen right now. Probably one of my favourite box sets that Arrow's ever put out. I mean, that is also including the fact that the films are so brilliant, and unfortunately, Sarah has watched Lady Vengeance, which I know you weren't a big fan of that, but that's probably my least favourite of the trilogy anyway. You really need to watch Old Boy and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, but Old Boy especially.
Oh, I definitely want to check out Old Boy. Everyone who I talk to about Old Boy, they highly recommend it. Yeah, it's definitely, even though it's been about a year or two since I've watched it, it's definitely up there with my favourite South Korean films, if not my very favourite. That could be tied with a couple of others, but Old Boy is definitely top 3 for me. It's just such a brilliant film, and I can't wait to watch it again and see Arrow's new transfer and just look into the extras, because this, as I said, this is such an extensive set that I'm so happy to finally have in the collection. Thank you very much for watching, and we really appreciate everyone watching week to week, and really appreciate everyone commenting and supporting our little channel. And again, I wanted to thank Horror Fan-Man and Blu-ray Collector as well. Fantastic for the support. Thank you very much. Yeah, it really helped us reach the 100 subscriber milestone, so we're really happy about that. Thank you. We hope you can watch our next video, which will be released in the next week. But thank you very much, as always, for watching. Thank you.